Hey, welcome to the Coffee with Pip show. I do appreciate you stopping by and supporting my channel today. So today I have a real treat for you. It's on millennials in today's day and age. What are they up to? We'll find out right now.
The Coffee with Pips show. The Coffee with Pips show. The Coffee with Pips show. America's favorite foodie. Know-it-all. Welcome, the Coffee with Pips show.
Okay, and we're back. Now these are some things millennials have changed. Millennials refuse to buy certain things, and you're going to find out. This group has a strange conservative way of living. I wouldn't call it strange. I think that it's maybe smart. They're pretty smart. Now, maybe we should adapt. I'm a millennial. Many millennials aren't even buying cars anymore, and they're not even driving cars. A lot of them don't even get their license until they're 18, if they get it at all. A lot of millennials are living in the cities where they have good transportation, and they're using good transportation to get to work and all around the city, and there's a lot of it. Now they avoid the car payments, they avoid fixing cars, car repairs. Gas is a big touch point with millennials, and insurance. Cut that all out. You have public transportation or even Uber. I mean, why do you need a car? Oh yeah, and I forgot parking. Parking in the big cities. It's expensive. It can be up to $30 parking a lot. That's ridiculous. Fabric softener. Why do you need fabric softener? Years ago, everybody used fabric softener. What's the sense? With better washing machines and laundry detergent, who needs a fabric softener? It's not good for the fabric softener companies. Well, usually which are the detergent companies, but still, took a nosedive. Might be out. Although a lot of millennials are real health conscious, however, you won't see them signing up very much for health clubs, your traditional health club, and those expenses for the really nice health clubs. There's CrossFit, there's a lot of aerobics, all different types of exercises and different specialty classes. Why pay for a membership at a health club when you're only going to use a few of them? I mean, it makes sense, right? I couldn't believe this one. Cereal. Cereal of all things. I love cereal. According to a New York Times survey, 40% of millennials are eating less cereal. You want to know why? It's inconvenient. It's inconvenient because they have to clean up. They have to wash their spoon and their bowl, and why bother? Just grab a breakfast bar. Yep, business suits are a thing of the past. Millennials are just going a lot more casual. That's if they have to go into the office. Most are teleworking. That's how a lot of companies are set up nowadays. They can work from the comfort of their own bed. Those are expensive anyway. You would think everybody wants to buy a home. It's the American dream, right? Wrong. There are still a lot of millennials that buy homes. However, most of them opt for an apartment. They don't have to do any of the plowing, any of the maintenance, nothing. Not to mention a lot of millennials can't afford to buy a house nowadays. I don't think that's so bad. People always say, you need to buy a house. Why pay rent? You don't get equity in rent. You get equity in a house, but you start to figure it out. You have, repairs, and you figure throughout the years, are you really making money when you sell? Maybe a little. But you have taxes too. Think about that. Regular milk. See ya, dairy farmers. I am so sorry. Okay, so millennials are opting for almond milk, rice milk, oat milks, anything but milk. Milk. Is it healthier? 40% of milk sales have dropped since 1970. Weddings. People just aren't getting married as fast as they were in the past. Everybody, you get out of high school, you get married. It's like, great, you have a family. Nowadays, it's pretty fashionable to wait. It's acceptable nowadays to be older and single. Average age is between 25 and 30, more going towards the 30 mark. And forget those bulk groceries, Costco. I mean, you have a lot of non-millennials coming to your store. However, millennials, they get what they need. They don't need a 3-pack of cereal. They don't need a 20-pack of steak sauce, if they even eat steak. Because more millennials are going vegan. More millennials are for the earth, the climate, the animals, and they're eating more vegan-based meals. And I kind of agree with it. I like eating vegan whenever I can, and I could see going vegan. There's so many good foods, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference, honest. More millennials are ordering out, food deliveries, like maybe groceries delivered. Why should they go out? It's inconvenient. It's cost saving, especially if you don't have a car. You don't have to take public transportation and spend that couple dollars on that and then carry your bags on an Uber or wherever, however you get there. It's just more convenient. And it's economical. It really is. And forget about those domestic beers. Miller Lite, those are going away as well as time goes on. Millennials are looking more towards craft beers. So when you go to a gathering, that's pretty much what you get. Be a little fashionable and make sure that you don't bring domestic beer to your next gathering. You might look like an idiot. Cruises. Cruises are a big thing. They offer a lot. Ships are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and offering a lot of amenities, excursions. I mean, there's pools and slides and all kinds of stuff, entertainment. No, millennials are opting towards hiking, backpacking, and vacations like that. It's just a lot more fun than cruising on an ocean when you don't have any control. Did you ever see Poseidon Adventure? Titanic? That scares the heck out of me. Getting back to millennials eating meat. However, with millennials that do eat meat, it's a lot more expensive. There are a lot of other things to eat. So, skip the meat, unless every once in a while you go to a fancy restaurant and you have meat. Forget about napkins. Who needs napkins when you have paper towels? Just tear off one. Oh, now they have even just like a quarter or a half of a half that you can use. You don't need a full napkin, and you don't have to find a place to store these napkins, which are bulky and take up a lot of room. Pretty smart. Mayonnaise. Many millennials are replacing mayonnaise with some better condiment options, some healthier options. Who knew? I'm not a real big mayonnaise guy anyway, and there are a lot of good options. Look, Chick-fil-A has their own sauce. There are so many different special sauces out there that who needs mayonnaise? What does an iron look like? What does an iron look like to a millennial? A lot of the fabrics are made out of non-wrinkle material, and you just throw them in the dryer and let them tumble for a little bit, pull them out, no wrinkles. Why do you need an iron? In fact, ironing's just a little hard. I mean, I ironed a couple times in my life, and it really sucks. Don't let me tell you about landlines. To those of you who still have landlines, that's all I can say. Phones, iPhones, Androids, things like that. You can get your email, you can get on the web, you can order your food to bring to your house. You don't have to leave your house. You can summons Uber. You can do anything from your cell phone. Why pay that extra cost? As a matter of fact, millennials prefer texting than talking on the phone, period. You could be next to each other and be texting back and forth. Yep. Buying lottery tickets, playing the lottery. 18 to 29 still play the lottery. However, a lot of millennials aren't. Reason being, so know the odds. What are your chances of winning? Well, you can't win if you don't play, right? But They don't believe in wasting the money on the lottery tickets. So that's one less person to compete against when you're playing the lottery. Well, not really one. I mean, millennials. Oh, maybe I should start playing the lottery a little bit more. Who knows what a postcard is? Yep. Postcards used to come in the mail from people that went on vacations. Hi, I'm in New York, and look at it, and there's a picture of New York, and I'm on a cruise, I'm on whatever they are. And they would send a postcard from wherever they were. Real nice. Every year, 20 million postcards were sold. Not anymore. Why should you get postcards when you have a phone? You can take a picture, send a message, it's instant, no postage. And you get the picture you want. You don't have to have a stupid picture. Remember stilettos? Well, if you don't know what stilettos are, those are the shoes with the high heels, and you see girls like tripping all over themselves, and they must be really hard to walk on, and they squish your toes into one little area. Well, those are becoming extinct as well. People want to be more comfortable. They're selling heels that are a lot more comfortable nowadays as dressy shoes. Life insurance and stocks. A lot of millennials don't have life insurance because they simply can't afford it. Some millennials are still buying stocks, but very few. Only 13% of millennials buy stocks. Like I said, a lot of them were born during the Great Recession in 2008. And they've witnessed how bad it can be. So why buy stocks? Unless you're Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. Doorbells? Who needs a doorbell anymore? When your guests arrive, they text you, I'm here. That's it. Your guests don't have to wait for the doorbell. They can call you a few minutes before they arrive, and you're there to happily open up the door. Cable. See a cable, and I'm really happy to see cable go because they're so expensive and they rob people for a lot of years. They are expensive. It's horrible. You pay for every single channel. You might get a 3-month trial period, and then you forget to cancel, or you don't cancel within the 30 days before the trial period, however they work it. And you're slammed for another $50 or so. Millennials are going more towards, hey, you guessed it, my favorite, YouTube. YouTube is a great choice because they stream the movies and you can record and just watch them whenever it's convenient for you. It's all about convenience. Well, and money. And who needs hotels? When you have Airbnbs, you can rent a condo, you can rent a house. So hotels really aren't a thing with millennials. Some, of course, still do, but with all these other options out there, you get more by renting, like going through an Airbnb or getting a condo or a home when you go on vacation. And you can bring all your friends. Golfing. Golfing is simply boring to millennials. Well, simply boring to a lot of people. You walk 18 holes. It takes up your whole day. It's expensive. It's very, very expensive. Why? You could be doing so many other things than golfing. Who needs exercise anyway? Bar soap. Bar soap is going away. Actually, it's pretty much going away. Did you ever go to millennials wouldn't do this, but to the dollar store, you see tons of brand name bars of soap. Millennials are using more body wash and natural type cleansers, cleaners. They don't need bar soap. Plus, bar soap hangs on to a lot of germs. It really does. Just because it's soap, it doesn't wash away its own germs. Casual dining. Casual dining is falling by the wayside. Again, with Uber Eats and DoorDash and all of that stuff, who needs to go casual dining? And forget about department stores. Well, you see a lot of malls going out. That should tell you right there. Department stores were the thing in the past. You could go and get your designer clothing, walk around, look at the clothing, hold the clothing. Not anymore. The internet. The internet took over. You have many places on the internet to include designer wear. Wine with Corks. falling by the wayside with millennials. First of all, it's too hard to open up that cork. Plus, having a cork means more expensive, does it? I see a lot of regular corks now, they're plastic corks, but who needs that? Millennials are going more towards the screw-off caps. Easier, much easier. You used to see a lot of motorcycles on the road. Nope. They're falling again with millennials. First of all, they're expensive, and you have all those public transportation options. Insurance again, the expense. They're not as safe as a car. I do like motorcycles, I really do. Movie theaters, see a movie theaters. A lot of movie theaters now are offering real deep discounts, and you get a coupon for their expensive popcorn. Hey, they made millions and millions of dollars on us for a lot of years. Thank goodness streaming came along, YouTube, and a lot of those other streamers. Netflix, even though they keep going up in price, it's still cheap. Prime, Amazon Prime, they're into everything. A lot of the new original movies and series are great. Who needs a movie theater? You don't have to sit in those seats and everything who maybe somebody smelly sat in before you. And you don't have to pay like a $20 million for a bucket of popcorn and soda that tastes flat and sweet like it's all sugar. No. See a movie theaters, and I'm really glad about this one. Taxi? What's a taxi? You don't see many taxis anymore except in New York. People are taking Uber and Lyft and that type of transportation. Or even walking if they live in a big city and you can walk places. Why not? Who needs a taxi? Plus, the last time I took a taxi, the guy took a couple laps around the block just so he could get that meter rate up. Alarm clocks? No. Alarm clocks, now you have your phones. You have your phones to wake you up. Why should you buy an alarm clock? Plus, your phone has a lot of different rings. It can wake you up really with a cheery ring or a brisk, hard ring if you're a heavy sleeper. Why not? Well, you're already paying for the phone. Calculators? What a laugh. Again, you have your phones. There's a lot of sites where you could just talk into it and say, like, what's 1 times 20 divided by 60, and so on and so on, and it'll give you the answer. Even calculus, which I know nothing about. Thank you, math programs. Even paper invitations. Maybe for weddings or, things like that. You'd have paper invitations, I would think, but mostly everything's done with email. You can design a really cool, with a template, they have them everywhere, cool invitation, and then just instantly send them out. Now you're saving on postage as well. Paper maps? Don't make me laugh. Paper maps, you have Siri, you have a lot of MapQuest, you have Google Maps, you have everything that'll give you step-by-step directions. Why do you have to look at a map and try to figure everything out? You have it all on your phone. Totally inconvenient maps. Even GPS devices. Remember you used to just put a GPS device on your dashboard and it would give you step-by-step directions? Well, half the time they were wrong. So you have your phone again. The phone has really replaced, the smartphone has really replaced a lot of these services and a lot of these gadgets that you pay a lot of money for. And millennials really aren't going to the museums anymore. They can just find all the history they want on, yes, you guessed it, their smartphone. Or watch it on Netflix or YouTube, anything. You can even watch YouTube videos, which I highly encourage you to, especially Coffee with Pips. So, there you have it, you guys. I hope that you learned a lot. Make sure, if you like this video or if you like any of my videos, subscribe below, hit that bell, and hit that like button. I really need you to hit that like button. I can't emphasize that more. Thank you, everybody, and have a great week.